All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A gain of 32 that time. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills, his first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Down, 91. Check. Go. Hey, lock it. Switch it. Spine.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
Now Minshew. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Watson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
We got motion. Back up.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. Trying to get it that time to Stills.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Minshew. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Another try after the first down sack. Minshew, this one caught by his tight end, Oliver. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Fournette, a first down carry. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Look at me. Go. There. Check.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up
3rd and 2, Watson. Space to maneuver at the 40. This is caught. It's Cooks. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. The first down carry here for Johnson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He gets it to Cooks. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And he'll get them inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage just come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Call it a loss of 14 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Under 10, 10. Check 4.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Josh Allen. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And Walker has it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. The kick by Fairbairn is good. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Let's go. 50, plant. Rock it. Switch. Now.
Fournette running out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 37-yard line. This is Fournette. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Minshew, 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Keelan Cole, the intended target. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20. They go to Johnson again. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
19, alert, 24, get ready. Whip. Go. Alert 3.
Now Watson on 3rd and 2. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. They'll run on first down. Johnson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First carry now for the backup, LaShawn McCoy. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw, Watson. And that's complete to Cooks. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. To Johnson again. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Duke Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put and he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The sack by Michael Bennett, the native of tiny Independence, Louisiana. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
152 fighter. Let's bring it.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Here's Minshew. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. On fourth down, Minshew. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down.
And the Jaguar first down.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Minshew. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Eric Murray. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They begin the drive with Johnson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 16-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
A give, the first man through, Gillespie, the fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. They'll run it with Johnson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're
under pressure again, and down he goes again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very low.